The much anticipated election has come and gone, but the memories that people had from the election process, is it something that can easily be erased from the minds of the public? Well, from the response we're going to be getting from the people we are going to be interviewing on Viewpoint, we can be able to tell for ourselves if it will easily be erased from the minds of the public. It's Viewpoint on ITV with Caroline Okonji.
The election of 2023, Nigerians were expecting a lot from INEC, but unfortunately, INEC is not what they promised Nigerians that really came up. They were complaining before the election. INEC assured the Nigerians that the beavers machine is going to be powerful, that Nigeria should count on them, should trust on them about the beavers machine. But on the presidential election, the beavers machine that they supposed to use in bringing out the results from the polling units to the collation center and to their headquarters, but unfortunately it wasn't like that. And these are what's really beats Nigerian imagination. That is why in the House of Assembly election, a lot of people did not come out because they were also thinking that INEC will also fail them. That is why a lot of people didn't come out from the election. And this election, a lot of people really put their mind, their enthusiasm, zeal on this election. But INEC disappointed a lot of Nigerians. And the election, we see it as not a credible election compared to the 2015 election. You see, you can't compare. We were expecting that the higher Nigeria goes, the more there will be a lot of advancement and development. But a lot of things went through the drain. You see, Nigerians suffered during this election. There was no cash flow. There was petroleum, that is fuel scarcity. A lot of things happened.
That it is settled law that Nemo Dark will not habet. You cannot give out what you don't have. But from my layman's assessment, I think I'm very, very much okay with INEC's performance. Okay, because if I'm to score them, I think I'm to score INEC. INEC has performed above 50, 60, 70%. And that is a pass mark. 60, 70 is even A. It's a pass mark. Hey, we're infallible. Nobody is perfect. There's imperfection in humanity. So, personally, I think it's okay. We are a developing country, nation. We have not gotten there yet. So if these are the hurdles to pass through before we get there, so I think for me personally, I'm okay. For those people who are clamoring that they are not comfortable, I'm not perfect simulacro. I'm not in agreement with them. I very much believe that INEC has performed very well, and that the disappointment that people are crying about, they should see it as one of those things. It's not always Christmas every day for a man. Christmas comes once in a year. It's not all expectations that you expect to just come by that way easily. So they should just take it in good faith and let us pick up our pieces and move on and forge ahead with the nation.
The election so far, many people have shared their view, what transpired. I also was not happy with the conduct of the election. Many have blamed INEC because INEC did not transmit results. I think that was the fault. Everybody talked about the INEC. But I put the blame on the people, especially the politicians. They were all desperate. I don't know, time will fail me to talk about my experience on Saturday. You know that God saved us from several gunshots at where we voted.
The election has come and gone, and some places were peaceful and some places there were crises. You can see, I only talk about my senatorial district. So the election is okay, but in some local governments we won, and I think we have some issues there. Like my local government was peaceful. Yes, my local government, there was no crisis there. Everything is 100% confirmed in my local government, which I'm aware of. But I know that some local government, there were issues about stealing of ballot paper, talks, attacks, shoot guns, and all those things. That is some local government. I only talk about my own local government, which is Ikbubaka. It's peaceful.
Start by saying that, well, the election, the innovations brought in through the Electoral Act were very quite commendable. But the instrumentality of execution, that's where the challenges came. We all know in Nigeria we have laws, meaningful laws, but there's little or minimal enforcement. Now to the election, we all know that the election was keenly contested in various states, starting with the presidential election, the National Assembly, and then just this Saturday, the gubernatorial election and the House of Assemblies. The truth is that our politicians cannot change. From onset, a right-thinking politician will know his area of strength and weakness, and he will know whether he's going to come out victorious, at least to some extent, or not. And when some of them got to know about their strength and their weakness, the area where they can easily garner votes and where they cannot, and they now felt the only option is to disrupt, use thuggery to manipulate. And that is what we saw in this recent election. We thought that we have gone past that stage, going by the way it was conducted in 2015, when the good man, I may call him, the president then, Goodluck Jonathan, considered, and just say let it go. But the politicians we are having now, they are taking us back to the Stone Age. We should be mature than this. Take for example Lagos State and Rivers State. Those were the real flashpoints. We were all looking at the northern Nigeria, say Kano, Kaduna, Bauchi or Sokoto, that there's going to be bloodshed. But look at the west and then the south. That ought not to be. So from my personal assessment, I would say that by and large it was not a free and fair election.
Like I always say, if you have a responsive and a responsible government, the people will naturally do what is right. I'm the liaison officer for Hunde, and I was also one of the party agents in the just concluded elections. I monitored the elections. We went out. We saw that the people, I'm actually from Hunde, we saw that the people were unanimous against bad governance, and that has been in the past. So them seeing a good government that has been helping them, they were resolved to say this governorship, this House of Assembly election, they will speak with one voice. Totally was a very good election. People came out. It was very peaceful, like in my area. Other areas we monitored, they were very peaceful. The elections were very peaceful. Well, we only got itches in some few local governments, but the overall turnout was quite impressive. For me, I just want to ensure the people that what they have done now, for them to have come out to support the government of the day, it is very clear that the government will also pay them back. So on the overall, I just want to thank Edo people. We were very happy, we were very pleased. The people went to the election, the people went to the grassroots and they all casted their votes, and the result is there for us to show.
So far, are we really growing in this country? That is one thing we should sit down and think. The presidential election, we saw the way people were so interested, the turnout, while they were casting their vote, exercising their franchise. But what happened aftermath, the release of the results, we can compare that the aftermath of that presidential election deterred the masses to participate in the governorship and House of Assembly elections, because the interest was no longer there, coupled with the mere fact that what happened at the presidential election did not encourage people to come out for the governorship and House of Assembly. So this is a country where I'm highly disappointed that we don't learn our lessons. You know, we are supposed to be improving as citizens and as a country, but rather otherwise we are seeing. No, I want to enjoin the INEC that they should please try to be fair and just in the electoral process, because we need to encourage the electorate, we need to encourage the masses, we need to encourage the voters, you know, for them to see the need why they need to come out to vote. Because it's not just voting any other persons into positions, it's voting people who will really believe and think that can be very useful in the developmental strides of this country. So, talking about the electoral process that just happened, well, I would say the masses were not encouraged. So, I'm of the opinion that the INEC, or rather the federal government, should put modalities in place to see that people are being encouraged. In case of less time, we go for election, and the people will come out to vote.
It is obvious that much is expected from INEC in the area of election, and to avoid some kind of feature reoccurrence of some of the negative things that happened in the just concluded 2023 general election, INEC has to be up and doing in the area of security of lives and property, just like you've heard the respondent say. It is Viewpoint on ITV with Caroline Okonji. Bye for now.